All right, today on the Code Bet Daily, my doorbell rings 7 times and interrupts the show. Stats Guy turned up on time. What have you got for us today?
Yeah, Champions League strikers. I'm going to have a look at some goal scorers and a bit of an NBL Grand Final. What about you, Alex?
I'm looking at my man crush in the AFL, some Bazball and some Champions League goals. It's the Code Bet Daily. Check it out. All right, Stats Guy. Code Bet Daily for Wednesday, February 22nd, all day long, is episode 56 of the lovely show we like to call Code Bet Daily. We are workers, writers, pontiff of puntings, whatever the hell James likes to call us. There's a lot of words, a lot of alliteration, but we basically work for a website called CodeBet because we call things by their name. So head to codebet.com.au to check out
some tips,
all of what Stats Guy and I are doing. And the aforementioned Stats Guy is here. He actually woke up early enough this morning to watch the Champions League. So everyone give Stats Guy a round of applause. He woke up before 7:30.
I think I woke up this morning because I had a few bets on, but I was very happy with Real Madrid getting over the line. Got him at $3.30, so I was very happy with that. And then multied him. I think you talked up Napoli as well. So that was two big wins. I was very happy. Liverpool, the big massive choke as well.
Not a massive choke. I think Real Madrid were just better. I happily cashed out my bet at the 15-minute mark. I was like, I don't want to deal with pain if Real Madrid come back, so I cashed out. I never usually cash out, but knowing that it was Real Madrid, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take this just in case.
That's a very good.
I felt like a genius. So my 50 that was meant to turn into like 122 or whatever it was meant to be, I cashed out for like $99. I'm like, you know what? It's profit.
That's good. That's good.
I'm taking it. I'm usually a don't cash out type of guy, but that's on like a long-term future where you've had like $5 at 1,000 to 1, not
fair enough.
A quick money doubler, and I had to
buy
groceries this morning and it paid for it. So happy days.
Perfect.
Now, as said, it's the Code Bet Daily. It's what it's all about. So player props, team picks, best bets, whatever we're looking at over the next 24 hours or 9 months. What have we got here today, Stats Guy?
Yeah, look, we're having another look at the Champions League round of 16, which continues tomorrow. And then I'm going to have a look at the NBL final or grand final, as a lot of people call it, which starts on Friday night.
Did not even know the NBL was still going. That's how much attention I paid to basketball in Australia.
That's all good.
I am looking at the Champions League and AFL. So really, my rundown hasn't changed much since yesterday. That's the way I like it. It's simple and efficient. And started to look into AFL. We did start a deep dive yesterday. And basically, how it's something the listeners and viewers can look forward to on the website.
Yeah, absolutely.
We are starting a thing on our top 6 contenders, your next 6, and then, your 6 no-hopers,
your bottom 6,
Hawthorn, West Coast, North Melbourne, GWS, just to name a few. I was lucky enough to get St Kilda, and you should just wait till you see what I've read about them.
They could go either way, but
giving them a decent clip when we do our AFL preview. I'll come out with that then. But get us started on your player prop Stats Guy. You're looking at Champions League.
Yeah, Champions League continues tomorrow morning. Yeah, we had a few tips yesterday with a bang on yesterday, so we're going to continue to keep it rolling. So I got Inter Milan versus FC Porto. Really big game. I really like this matchup. Inter Milan, really good form. And so is their striker, Lautaro Martinez. We sort of talked him up before the World Cup when he was playing for Argentina, but didn't fire at all. Didn't even score.
That was great. Cup. He did such a good job for me back in the
since then he's been in really good form. He's got 16 goals this season for Inter. He's got a really, really good passing midfield, including Henrik Mkhitaryan, who used to play for Borussia Dortmund. I'm pretty sure he's just a really good passer, and he's going to get a few assists towards him. Porto are also the team that's conceded the second most goals out of anyone that's made it to the round of 16. So their defense is slightly shaky. They're still pretty solid, but I think Martinez, with his strength and dribbling, can find a way through here, and you get $2.75 for him to score. If anyone's going to score in that Inter team, he'll start over Lukaku, who's not in the greatest of form. So, I think he'll score at $2.75 on Bet365.
I actually can't believe Henrik Mkhitaryan's still going around, obviously.
I know, he's been around for a while.
He went for Dortmund to Man United to Arsenal to Roma and now to Inter. Now, I remember when he was at Arsenal and I lobbed in at a random-ass Roma game 3 years ago now.
Yeah, you said that actually. Yeah.
And it was Mkhitaryan's first game because Arsenal we don't want you to see us. It was his first game, and it was like just like this is wild. He's ended up here. It was if
he had a few bad years, but he's pretty. Yeah. He's having a good season.
If you can ever get to a Roma game, I know it has nothing to do with this, but get to a Roma game. Right. The atmosphere at that stadium in Rome is insane.
I've heard that. Yeah, that looks awesome.
$13 to get in. Beer was $4, and it was Peronis. Oh, what a time!
Oh, that's awesome. That is
time!
Awesome.
And there was a couple of flares. There was riot gear. It was just it's a scene. It's unlike anything else.
I like that. Yeah.
My player.
Who are you looking at?
I'm getting towards the AFL season. We've got to find one of these every day, and
not far away.
I didn't want us just to all talk about Champions League, so I was like, all right, let's find something a little bit different here. And well, if anyone who knows me knows, I love a couple of things in life. I love horses, I love burgers, and I love the Sydney Swans. Isaac Heeney is another one of those loves. There is a massive man crush on Isaac Heeney. He will be the Sydney Swans leading goal kicker in 2023.
Ooh, that's a big call.
$2.50 available with Ladbrokes, about equal with Buddy Franklin at the moment, because obviously Buddy's won it the last couple of years with 50 goals and 48 gols. Now, last year,
Isaac got 50 goals last year. Wow.
Yeah, Bud kicked 50 goals.
I didn't think it was that many. Yeah,
Isaac Heeney last year didn't crack the half ton. He only kicked 49-28. Had a very poor final series by a player of his lofty standards, and kicking 49-28. I do remember him missing a couple of sitters when I went to a few games, so he can very easily improve on that. And each year he's built into seasons. He obviously missed a fair chunk of the COVID year, and then 2021. I think did he break his ankle or something?
He might have actually.
There was a broken bone somewhere. I can't remember what one exactly, but anyway, he missed a chunk of time there. Now, the reason why I'm liking this bet is I don't expect Lance Franklin to play the full season because
they rest him, won't they? Yeah.
Buddy's a little bit old. So you think if they travel 1 week and they've got a 6-day backup, like if they go to Brisbane and have a 6-day backup into a game at the SCG,
Buddy's not going to play.
Don't expect him to play. Same with Perth. So you expect him to be managed through the season to play 18 to 20 of the 23 home and away games. Now, barring injury, Isaac Heeney is just a walk-up starter every week. And then given, obviously, he kicked the 49 last year, which was a massive improvement of his previous year, which obviously he was missed through injury in the COVID year. Well, the Swans were absolute junk during the COVID year, and it really sort of doesn't count when you're trying to do statistical anomalies, given the fact that the games were shorter and everything else. So
That's true.
Going off his last year, it was possibly his most all-round season so far. He can very easily hit that 50 mark. Tom Papley, $6 is his main danger. Papley missed the first month of the season last year with the hamstring issue as well, but also spent a bit of time in the midfield, which he may do this year. But I think
he does rotate a bit now, doesn't he?
Papley is the main danger at $6. And you look at the Sydney Swans, and the thing is, a lot of their players can bob up with 2 or 3 goals a game, whereas Isaac Heeney's the one bloke 1 week, obviously aside from Buddy. And I don't think Buddy's going to be what he was in the previous few years. He's not going to win a game off his own foot. He's going to be take that main defender, and he's still going to kick 3 or 4 goals, but he's not going to kick his 7 or 8. Isaac Heeney can very easily kick a 6 or 7 goals in a game if he gets on a roll and gets a running jump. Hey, we love the Heen machine here, but $2.50 about Isaac Heeney, most goals for the Sydney Swans is where I'm going to lean.
I like that. That's a good find. I'll have to look at a few other teams. Where was it? Where was that one on?
Ladbrokes. So all my bets today was Ladbrokes. They're offering a wide variety and good value on a lot of their prices. # drive-by to everyone else. Let's get into the match and game picks stats guy, where we have 5, 6, 8, all one bet on a game. We're both looking at Champions League tomorrow, so you roll off first.
Yeah, so we had a bit of a preview on the site. You can check these out with the Inter v Porto and Manchester City v Leipzig, which is your one on the site, so have a look at those. But I'm looking at Inter v Porto. I really, really like Inter in this matchup. I think they're going in at about $1.75, which I'm a bit surprised not a bit lower. Inter, they're unbeaten in 7 of their last 18 games in all competitions. They're in great form. They just seem to score a few goals every game with a great attack with Lukaku, Martinez, and as I talked about, McAllion sometimes plays a bit of the attacking role. Lukaku's been a bit out of form, but when you've got all those guys in the one attack, it's very hard to stop. So I really like them. It's just gotten better as the season's gone along. They're nowhere near Napoli, as we've talked about on the Serie A table.
Watching Napoli this morning,
it's unbelievable.
They're going to be hard to beat in the Champions League.
They're so good. Yeah. So they're really good, but they've still had a very good season. Just Napoli's just way ahead. They've had, I really like the over 1.5 goals market in this. Usually we sort of look at the 2.5, but just to be a bit safer, they've had in 7 of their last 8 matches has gone over the 1.5. So I think they could win 2-0 in this one. Yep. So I'm going into head-to-head just to win, and over 1.5 goals. You get $2.20 on Ladbrokes for that one. So really liking the Nerazzurri, as they call themselves.
Don't mind that at all, Stats guy. Don't mind that at all. So I'm.
This is, what are you looking? Yeah, you're looking at the other game.
I'm going to look at the other game because we've got to throw some variety in there. So Manchester
Absolutely.
City and over 2.5 goals at $2.65 is what I'm looking at. The last two games between Leipzig and City have yielded 12 goals. So obviously,
really,
wow. fair amount of goals going on there. City have only lost one of their last 17 games against the German team, which, funnily enough, was a 2-1 loss to Leipzig last year, which includes those 12 goals that we were talking about. And in the other game, I think it was like 6-3 or something. It was insane.
So it should be fireworks.
So, well, you hope so. And also City, as we saw this morning with Real Madrid, you want to come out and score some of these away goals and get the advantage going into the second tie. That's the thing. You don't want to be chasing the game before you even kick off.
Absolutely.
So I don't mind the 2.5 goals. I think we'll see some fireworks here. It'll be the more exciting of the two games tomorrow morning. Also, Ladbrokes also have a bunch of little multis and stuff. And one of the little bets that caught my eye available was over 2.5 goals in both games, $3.70. So I thought that was a little play as well.
That's good, yeah.
You're saying there's going to be some goals there in
I think
the Inter and Porto game with Porto leaking goals all season, and obviously Inter have a fairly decent attack.
Yeah, pretty good attack.
$3.70 about that might not be a bad shout, but yeah, City and over 2.5 goals at $2.65 is where I'm going to lean.
Awesome. Yeah, I really like that actually. City looked like a good bet, especially is it? Oh, it's in Germany. I was going to say
it's in Germany, but it's
still they're a class above. They should be a class above.
Well, you hope so. And then also, I stand by what I said yesterday. I think Napoli will win the Champions League. $11.
Yeah. What's their? I might get on that.
They'll be shorter now, obviously, because they won this morning. They won 2-0 away, so they'll be much shorter. They'll be probably.
They're so good.
$6 or $7
I can't believe it. The striker Victor Osimhen.
Just it is Napoli, so they're not really thought of as much as a PSG, Bayern Munich, or Real.
They're not in your big
and Real may be worth a peanut on as well because holy crap, they looked good. They
looked amazing. I saw the score 2-0 down. I'm like, oh damn, they're going.
I was throwing lip in the group message. I was like, this is over, you beauty.
And they turned it around 5. Was it 5-2 in the end?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
We hit the over at least, so go on.
Yeah, massive over.
Best bets time stats go. We're racing through the show. Cool. We got a lot of work to do as we're running this joint at the moment, so let's get into it.
So I'm having a look at the NBL finals series. So down to the final two, Sydney Kings versus New Zealand Breakers. In the NBL, you have the last two final series are best of 3. So this is just the first of the 3, with the Sydney Kings. So it's in Sydney, so New Zealand traveling. This is a bit of a weird one because they've got to travel to Sydney and New Zealand, which is a bit strange. But I'm really liking the Sydney Kings. They won it. They were in the final actually a couple of years ago. They've been sort of up there for the last 3 years, and they still haven't won another one in a while. Yeah. So I'm really liking them this season. They're at first. So I really like them. They've got the MVP, just got the MVP award a couple of weeks ago with Xavier Cooks. He's averaging a huge 16, 8, and 4 and shooting 60%, which is awesome. And I think he's even upped those stats. I think he's averaging 18, 10, and 5 and might even be in the final. So he's been really, really good. The Sydney Kings are also the best home team in the league with 12 and 4. They've only lost 4 games. I think they've won 8 of their last 10 at home. They're looking really, really good there. And they're also the second best team at covering the line. So I'm going to take them at the line in this one of -5.5. So maybe in a grand final series, it's maybe a little bit of a high line, but at home, really like them. They really know how to cover the line. And they've won this matchup 5 of the last 7 times. So they've beaten them the last few times as well, the New Zealand Breakers. So Sydney Kings -5.5. I really like them to get a great start in the first game. And I think, Breakers haven't been in the finals since, I think, 2014 or something like that. So, I'm taking Sydney Kings -5.5 at $1.97. And, I think they'll get a big win to start off the final.
Yeah, all I know is about the NBL is it's either the Sydney Kings or the Perth Wildcats winning it. That's genuinely
the Perth Wildcats.
Anytime I've paid attention to it ever, it's been Sydney Kings and Perth Wildcats. I used to go to
Perth. I think won 3 in a row.
Superdome when CJ Bruton would sell out that joint back in the day. That's how.
Nice! I like that.
And then he ended up somewhere else. But those are the days I remember. Now, my best bet's actually Test match cricket. I forgot to add that in because,
that's okay.
It's fine. Looking at England and New Zealand, 2 teams that Australians really don't like cheering on. But hey, Bazball is fun, and we
talked up Bazball.
Australians hate how Bazball is revolutionising cricket because it's a New Zealand guy coaching England, and I hate to say how awesome
New Zealand would be filthy because if he took that sort of tactic to. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
He got offered, at the end of the day, Stats
Probably a lot of money.
Yeah. England offered him the job. He took it and went, thank you very much. So
it's working a treat.
They had their first test the other day, and the Poms absolutely obliterated New Zealand. Attacked the game like nothing I've seen before in a test match. The run rate was 5.7 and 5.06 in their 2 innings. Joe Root got out the 26th over playing a reverse sweep to third slip off a basement.
Yeah, they just play like a one day.
What is going on? It's
nuts.
great. It is fantastic. Anderson and Broad were hooping the ball around corners as well. They've now taken over 1,000 wickets as a combination, which also means that if David Warner gets picked for the Ashes, we are screwed because...
Well, surely he's not getting picked.
That's a conversation for another
Hopefully
day.
he's still out with the concussion rule or something.
Yeah, no, just the broken elbow. We don't like brain injuries, but if you broke an elbow... That's true. Come on. Like a broken elbow, takes 7 months to get over it, but hopefully...
a bit harsh.
hopefully the concussion's okay. Jesus, stats guy.
No, I was just joking.
Harry Brook also, bloke I'd heard nothing about whatsoever.
Same as me.
Game.
Yeah.
Hit an 80 and a 50. So he's obviously one to look out in that middle order for England in the Ashes series. He looked really good just watching the bits and pieces I caught last weekend. Everyone chipped in evenly, and that was the thing with this game. So they should be too good once again. They're just a really good team. There's no supreme standout at the moment for the Poms. So I just like how they're going about it. And they seem to have more cohesiveness than the Australians. And
good word.
they're even money with Ladbrokes. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, well, that was the same as the last test. I think that was the same. I was very surprised. You got, England.
England to win. And I may even just quickly get up what price they are to win the Ashes because, Jesus, the way they played the other day, we could be in some Barney rubble, shall we say. The Ashes, here we go. The series winner has I get this up with Ladbrokes. England, $2 to win the Ashes in England. That could be a bet, but that's a couple of months away.
Yeah, nice.
That's it, Stats Guy. We've rolled through this in quick time. The COVID Daily done and dusted today. We will be back on deck tomorrow. So tomorrow we will be in the office in studio. James Clementes may be back from Launay. I am putting an accent on everything at the moment, apparently.
The Argentinian man.
Yes, the ginger Argentinian, as he's known as. We'll be doing that, plus the EPL show. A lot to get into the EPL show. I'm going to give you an absolute baking.
I don't want to talk about Chelsea.
We're going to have
to come tomorrow
because they're playing Tottenham in a massive London derby.
I can't tip us anymore.
No, you can't. So that's tomorrow's show. The EPL plus the Code Bet Daily plus punters.com.au video and podcast is back as well. Blue Diamond Day in Melbourne, and of course in Sydney we have the Canterbury Stakes Day? No,
don't ask me.
Chipping Norton. Canterbury Stakes is next month. I read a thing about Zach Burton coming back.
Right.
But anyway, get around the show, get around our show, get around the Punters podcast. Like, review, subscribe, and star it. God damn it, please do that. Chuck a follow on the socials, IG, Facey, Twitter, TikTok. I think we need to block out an hour of Stats Guys time tomorrow so we can film some stuff for social.
I'll message.
You actually need to do. It is one of your requirements. You are the Stats Guy. Do your job.
That's fair.
Yeah. Any questions via the socials? Any bets, please and thank you. I think that's it.
That's it.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you, Stats Guy. You were on time this morning. Well done.
Yeah. Cheers.
Thanks to Gerald for producing. He had an awesome producer hat at Living Legends on Monday. I hope he has another producer hat for us tomorrow.
Producer hat. Need one that says producer, yeah.
No, that's just too obvious. You got to play off the joke. Thanks to me for being here. My doorbell's rung about 4 times. Thankfully, no one's heard.
I didn't hear that one.
Yeah, just getting deliveries. I'm an important guy, apparently. Okay. So thanks to me for doing all of this. James can take over tomorrow. And what do we say here, Stats Guy?
Yeah, gamble responsibly.
May all your picks come in. Happy punting. We will catch you tomorrow. But for now, Code Bet Daily, out.